Hi, everybody. I'm James,
And I'm Grace,
and
and
welcome
welcome to
to the
the
James
James
and
and
Grace
Grace
Show.
Show.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and
Leave us a comment if you like.
all right, all right. This one is called "Pest in the Philippines."
Pest.
Yes, pest, pest. Yeah, there's many little things that can annoy you out here in the Philippines. Maybe even ruin your day. You know, but there's a few pests I want to tell y'all about, and the number one was cockroaches. Cockroaches.
Ew.
They're the American cockroach. Yes, out here in the
uh,
Philippines. They're called Ipis
Ipis.
epis.
Yeah,
Epis.
Ipis.
They're called epis. Yeah. And they mostly are in dark areas,
Yes.
in drain systems and stuff like that, drains. And they're omnivores.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they eat vegetable matter and they probably eat our food too. They'll get on
Yeah,
our
and
food.
bread, crackers, like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah. So I think the way you can get rid of those is just manual spraying and smash,
Mm-hmm.
and because we sprayed one and it didn't even die, did it? It took a long time.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the big ones, they're pretty big too. They get about 2 inches long, so
Mm-hmm.
they get about this big.
What about in US?
In the U.S., we usually have the little
Oh, little like
cockroaches.
that.
Yeah, they're little. They're like this,
Oh,
but these are like this.
yeah,
That-
Philippines.
yes, yeah, they're kind of big. But you don't usually see them out. Those cockroaches,
Mm-hmm.
the American cockroach, you don't see them out that much. They mostly be in a damp area.
Oh,
So that's it. All you have to do is treat that area
mm.
that they keep living in and breeding in, and you can mostly wipe them out. But they fly too. The male
Oh,
ones,
yeah.
the male ones usually fly.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll fly to different places to find a female to meet with.
You like cockroach?
No, no, that's it on that. That's it on that. But you know, all right. Then we got the ants,
Oh, ants.
and they're called
Langgam.
lagam,
Ah,
lagam.
langgam.
Yeah, lagam.
Mm,
The ants, they're usually red and black.
yeah.
They don't usually bite you. You know.
You see here, ants black
Yeah,
and red.
yeah. They're black and red, but
Yes.
there's some that are black, right?
Yes.
And those are the ones that bite,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right?
The red bite.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they eat. Usually eat. They like sweets, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The red and black ones, and those are mostly the ones we see in the house. That comes in the house.
Ants actually the bother if just piece amount of throw it away on the floor, then that's it. If they smell it, you
Yes,
know.
yeah. So mostly to combat them, you got to keep the floors clean.
Yeah.
Keep the floors clean, your counters clean, and
Yeah,
everything.
because once ant come, they come all of them.
Yes,
Or they say, "Come here, come
yes.
here."
Once an ant finds food, okay, he gives off a pheromone,
Yeah.
a smell from his body
Mm-hmm.
that attracts the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So that then you have a long line of them coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. Then
That's why the song, the ants go marching one by one.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Then they have food.
yes, yes, yeah. Then we have the mosquitoes. Uh, the lamak,
Lamok. Yeah.
lamak, lamak. We have mosquitoes, which can be very worrisome,
Uh-huh.
and you don't want them in it. You don't want
Yeah.
them. You don't want them in here.
Mm-hmm.
So, mostly to combat them is to get rid of standing water. If you got
Mm-hmm.
standing water like a bucket
Mm-hmm.
with water in
Oh,
it
they like.
that's been standing there for a while, get rid of it. And if you got a laundry area that's got water standing in it, clean it up.
Yeah, and they're
Clean it up.
making eggs there.
Yeah, that's where
Yep.
they have their
Mm-hmm.
babies at,
Mm-hmm.
And then keep your screens closed. Keep screens. If you open, you got to open a window.
Mm-hmm.
Have your screen in there, okay? And you can spray in the
Yeah.
house and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Or
That
use the mosquito net.
yeah.
You know.
But
Yeah.
I haven't been bit by a mosquito
No.
since I've been here.
Oh. Wow. I'm
Yeah.
glad. Yeah.
So so I don't know. Then we got flies.
Oh, flies.
Yeah, that langau.
Langow. Yeah.
Langau. Okay. These flies are nasty critters,
Yeah. Mostly more in market.
Yeah, in markets and stuff like that. They
And
fly around and they're nasty animals,
yeah, and they like basura,
Yeah,
garbage.
yeah, and they like garbage and everything like that. So when they land on you, that's what I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Flies land on you.
Then,
Yeah,
like that.
make you hit yourself in the head.
Yeah.
Flies they're fairly easy to get rid of because they die quick. They die
Mm-hmm.
pretty quick. Most of the things you can do is keep the trash out in your
Mm-hmm.
house. If you got trash, tie the bag up. Tie the bag or keep a top on your garbage, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you got any food up, uh, refrigerate it or throw it away, okay? Then there's sprays and stuff that you can spray, and then you need to put a net, screen on your window
Mm-hmm.
to keep them out, and they won't bother you too much, They won't bother you too much. All right, and you can use the fly swatter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then you have rodents. Uh, the guy,
Yes, daga.
the guy. Okay, the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Rodents. They are annoying too, like rats and mice.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get either one of those out here in the Philippines. So they mostly come from the drainage system.
Mm-hmm.
They'll come through the drain. Rats will come through the drains, and mice will come through the drain.
And also cockroach,
Yeah,
annoying.
yeah. So they'll come through your drainage system and get in your house. So the way to combat that is with rat poison. They have plenty of rat poisons out here in the Philippines. Rat poisons, glue traps. The
Mm-hmm.
glue traps,
Yes.
it's like a glue
Yeah.
thing, and
Mm-hmm.
you put your little food in
Mm-hmm.
there and just let it sit there, and they get
Mm-hmm.
stuck on it.
Oh yeah.
They get
Like the
stuck.
trap that I got.
Yeah, and then they have the snap traps.
Mm-hmm.
The snap traps, but you got to really melt the bait on there,
Mm-hmm.
or wet it and then put it on there and then let it dry on
Mm-hmm.
there. Because if you stick it on there, they will take that right off of there and go.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I haven't seen a mouse at all here.
Uh-huh.
Haven't seen around. I think last year,
Last year.
yeah, it was a mouse or something in here that you saw. You know,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but once we kept that drain, we kept a cap over the drain. That's it. No more.
Mm.
So then we have termites.
Oh, I forgot to ask. What about in US? There's no daga there. Daga.
Yeah, they're there a lot.
Oh.
It's a lot
Uh
of them.
huh.
I told a story about a mouse that I had in my house that I couldn't kill.
Mm.
He was clever, a clever little thing,
Uh huh.
but he finally met his demise.
Oh yes, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So then there's termites. Okay,
Uh-huh.
termites will eat the wood away,
Mm-hmm.
eat. if your house is made out of mostly
Oh
wood and stuff
yes.
like that,
Yeah.
they will get in their house and eat
Oh yeah. If
everything,
your
and
house
they've
is,
got wings
yeah, if
too.
it made of wood, oh, a couple of maybe months,
Uh huh.
months,
Yeah,
the termites eat that.
they're
Oh my
called
goodness.
anay
Anay.
anai
Yes, anay.
anai. There's that's termites
Mm.
anai. You know, they will tear your house down or whatever you. If you got anything out of wood and stuff, they will destroy it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but you can combat most of the termites with sprays,
Mm.
with insecticides.
Mm.
This you spray your wood
Yes.
down and
Mm.
everything like that. But it's kind of hard to spray down spray it down to get all the areas, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But the sprays usually kill them, you know. So you get your house treated with it, and then that's it, you know.
No anay there.
Yes, there's termites there
Uh-huh.
in the U.S.
Oh.
with the wings and stuff.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
because they mostly fly, and then when they die, they usually be in your bathroom,
Yes.
in your bathtub.
Mm.
That's a clear sign, so you can tell if you got them like that. Then there's spiders.
Oh.
Okay, spiders in
Yeah.
Tagalog, gaba,
Gagamba.
gagaba,
Yes.
gagaba.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, spiders, gagaba.
Mm-hmm.
They usually everywhere. They'll be everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
but they die quick. You can take a shoe and just
Mm-hmm.
it's smashed them.
Yes.
But you also can put sprays. They have sprays out here that you can spray. You
Mm-hmm.
know, spider's web. But if you look up in your ceiling and stuff like that, you can see them. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if you see them, just spray right, spray them. You know,
What you call the spider here in long leg?
we call them daddy long legs. Daddy long legs.
Daddy long legs.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
daddy long legs. Yeah, those are usually harmless. Those spiders are
Mm-hmm.
usually harmless, but
Mm-hmm.
when you got those long legs
Oh yeah.
crawling around, and you know you can't help but to be
Mm-hmm.
kind of afraid, especially if you got arachnophobia. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so if you're scared of spiders, those will definitely scare you. You know. Then there's ticks. If you got pets, there's ticks. Okay, Gur, gur, gur,
Garapata.
garapata,
Yeah.
garapata, garapata. Yes, ticks.
Mm-hmm.
They will get on your dogs and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and probably they'll get on you. They'll latch onto you too. Have you
Bro,
been bit by a tick before?
no, no. What about Roman?
Yeah,
Roman, he
yeah.
got
He
ticks
he had
before.
he
Oh,
had ticks and
oh,
fleas too,
oh.
fleas and stuff.
Ticks color black.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
and then they swell up real big
yeah,
when they drink. They get
mm,
full of blood.
yeah.
Oh my
Mm,
goodness! But ticks are fairly easy to get
yeah.
rid of. But for dogs, mostly you can put they have insecticides that you can kill them with too. But if you don't want to buy, you can put motor oil on your
Mm,
dogs. Leftover motor oil from out when
mm,
you change your oil and stuff like that. Put the motor oil all on the dogs, and then manually pick them off
mm.
with tweezers. Put them in some alcohol, a jar of alcohol. Just pick them off with tweezers.
Yeah, and baby ticks, they are small, bitty things,
Yeah,
small. They're too small.
yeah. You got to pick it.
Yes.
You ever had that experience before?
What?
You had to pick the ticks off your
No,
dog.
no, no. I don't touch. Like I use like tweezer like that when my dog's there by
Yeah,
my house. Yeah, I use tweezer to
yeah.
get. I don't
Tweezers.
use my hand like that.
Yeah, but you can. That's what I'm talking about. Mostly, you use tweezers to
Yeah,
pull them off,
yeah,
and then you put them in the alcohol. You have a jar of
yeah.
alcohol and put them in there. And sometimes you sit there picked off 100 ticks off of them.
Yeah.
So they're terrible. They're
Mm-hmm.
terrible. And last but not least is the centipede.
Oh.
Centipede. Uh,
That's what I don't like
I,
too. The centipede.
in Tagalog, it's
Alupihan.
alapihan.
Yes.
Alapihan. Yeah, yeah. The centipedes. They centipedes really don't bother you, you know, but
Mm.
they get on your nerves when you see them walking.
Yes.
They're walking across the floor and stuff like
I
that.
don't like once I saw it, I step.
Yeah,
I don't like.
but most of the time you can just step on them,
Yep.
you know. Then you got insecticides that
Uh,
can kill them, you know. Spray and if you keep everything clean, they still gonna come in.
mm,
You just clean your house and everything, it won't stop them because they uh they also eat other animals and they like rotten vegetation like leaves and stuff like that, so
wow.
they'll be outside around your house, you know,
Mm-hmm.
so they can come inside, you know, so there's no way you can keep them out, you know, but insecticides is the way to go with them, you know, and just manually stepping on them,
Uh oh.
crushing them, you know. Yes, yes, man, it's crazy, you know, but a lot of the pests that are out here are harmless. They're really harmless.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the mosquitoes and
Mm.
maybe the flies, you know, because the flies are nasty, you know, germaphobe or something like that, you
Yeah,
know.
more flies.
Yeah,
There are more
if you
germs.
yeah if you got a lot of flies, that's not good. If
Mm-hmm.
you have suddenly have a lot of flies around your house, you better start checking around the house because it could be a dead animal somewhere around the house or something. So if you got a lot of flies, man, that's not good. But mostly we don't have that many flies around here. The flies are mostly over near the market, you know, the wet market
Mm-hmm.
area and stuff like that. So I don't know. Well, that's it, you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and
Leave us a comment if you like.
yes,
Mm.
and hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time we drop another video. All right, and share, share, share. Share our videos with your family. Share our videos with your friends. Share our videos with your loved ones, and even share it with your enemies. All right, you guys. Peace. Adios. Salamat.
Salamat!
All right.